ICP is a strategic tool for optimizing your sales effort on the most relevant customers. Hi, Karine here, and today I'm telling you how to set up an effective ICP to better segment your market and prioritize your prospect. The ICP, or Ideal Customer Profile, was designed to improve conversion rates while reducing the wasted time on irrelevant leads. Basically, you represent with detailed criteria the type of business that constitutes an ideal customer for your product or service, and therefore has the best chance of converting. The ICP is divided into two categories: sales and marketing. We'll look at the two together, but let me explain the difference, because the two have neither the same objective nor the same approach. Basically, the sales ICP will focus on specific criteria such as company size or revenue, with the aim of qualifying leads and prioritizing the customers most likely to generate sales. Marketing ICP, on the other hand, focuses on analyzing centers of interest, purchasing behavior, and preferred communication channels. In other words, it's more about helping you to create targeted campaigns than prioritizing accounts for prospecting. There's a tendency to confuse ICP and buyer persona. So what's the difference? Well, the ICP is company-centric and is particularly used in B2B environments, whereas the buyer persona is individual-centric and is used in B2B as well as B2C. Basically, the buyer persona represents the typical buyer or end user, while the ICP represents the typical company. Even though they are different, the ICP and buyer persona are often used together to achieve a more coherent and targeting sales and marketing approach. We'll now move on to the tutorial on how to find your ICP. You need to take notes for the 5 first steps. You can do it on Excel, Notion, whatever you like. In any case, I'm gonna ask you to do quite a bit of research from your site before finally leveling up and creating your ICP profile. Now, how do I find this ICP? Well, the first step is to think about your product strategy. You need to know what value your product or service brings to your customers. So take the time to answer these 3 questions. What are the main benefits of your offer? What specific problems does your product address? And who in the market most needs these solutions? This will help you better understand the industries, company sizes, and types of customers who find the most value in your product. You can also decide whether your offering is best suited to small, medium, or large businesses. In short, a clear understanding of your product strategy will ensure that you target the right prospects from the outset. Next, you'll choose a list of customers who you feel represent your ideal target. You can start by analyzing your existing customers, analyzing those who derive the most value from your product or service and who have the highest satisfaction rates. This will help you understand which type of business is most likely to like your offer. Remember to focus on customers who are loyal and generate regular revenue. This will help you refine the criteria that define your ideal customer. Now that you've done that, you need to gather quantitative and qualitative data. By combining them, you'll be able to define your best customers. When it comes to quantitative data, you can turn to company size, sales, sector of activity, number of employees, and technologies used. You can use this information with the help of a CRM, surveys, or simply public databases. For qualitative data, you will need to turn directly to your customers, whether through interviews, feedback, or case studies. In any case, you need to understand what are their main challenges, how do they use your product, and which features do they find the most useful. I leave it up to you to how you present and retrieve your data. You can do an Excel spreadsheet to find your way around, or you can manage everything from your CRM depending on the functionalities. It's up to you. In any case, you need to define all the points I've mentioned. And above all, find a pattern. Which company sizes spend the most with you? For which features on your tool? And how do your services help this type of company? Now that you've segmented the different types of targets, let's move on to psychographic and behavioral segmentation. Psychographic segmentation will enable you to understand your customers' underlying motivations, which mean their values, their beliefs, and buying behaviors. We need this to adapt your messages to directly address what motivates their decision. Let's say you have a company looking to innovate. They will respond differently to your offer than a company prioritizing stability. And that's why you need to know their motivation to better personalize your approach. Then there's behavioral segmentation, which enables you to target customers based on the way they interact with your products. For example, some customers buy regularly, others only during promotions. Understanding this difference will enable you to refine your communication strategy and then propose relevant offers to each type of customers. So in practice, it's up to you to categorize the type of customers you find. I advise you to ask your customers directly, but you can always make theories on your own. This step is somewhat optional depending on the size of your company. Basically, the important thing is that the sales and marketing team work hand in hand. But maybe in your company both teams work together already. In any case, if it doesn't, marketing is often the first to attract and qualify leads, while the sales team is the one who closes the deal. Hence the need for the collaboration of both teams. They need to share key information about the customers, their behaviors and their needs. For example, the marketing team can provide data on the engagement trends, communication channels and campaign performance. And in return, the sales team can share inputs on current objections, buying cycles and decision-making processes within the target companies. It's really important that information is shared and that both teams can know who to target. And finally, for this last step, we'll bring together all the information gathered earlier, with the aim of getting a clear and precise view of the ideal customer. Your profile should include firmographic data, sector, business size, sales figures, and psychographic data, needs, motivations, and challenges. And of course, information on the buying process. So who are the decision makers and what are their preferred communication channels, but also the technologies used by your prospects. All these can be grouped into 8 categories, which will form your ICP. You'll be able to create an industry section where you will add the type of company that represents your ICP, their location and budget, as well as the size of the company. Remember to note who the decision makers are in the company in relation to your services, as they are the people you will need to target within the company. Next, note the pain points and the business objectives, which may be short-term, mid-term or long-term. And finally, the technologies used and preferred communication channels I mentioned earlier. In any case, as ICP is mainly for B2B, we'll often be using professional email and LinkedIn for the last part. And there you have it. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, it's always a pleasure. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm waiting for you in the comment section below. See you soon for more videos.